Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets want you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today, to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hofberg, and today's special guest is Bob Stahl, who'll be talking about angel cards and doing psychic readings for you. And before I bring on Bob, I just want to make some quick announcements. Then on May 3rd, Bill Foss will be my guest talking about the Akashic Records. He's the author of Secrets of Spiritual Success and Journey to the Akashic Records. On May 10th, I have the psychic numerologist Jeremy Ryden as my guest. He's the author of The Quest Method, Your Intuitive Destiny Guide, and Your Soul Story, How to Create the Life You Always Wanted. And on May 17th, I have Brian Rawls, the host of the Magical Journey radio show that comes on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, produced by Goldilocks Productions. And on May 24th, I have Carl Jung talking about dreams. On May 31st, I have Kirsten Ross talking about animal communication. And on May 12th, I'll be at the Learning Light Foundation Psychic Fair in Anaheim, California, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on May 26th, I'll be at the School of Multidimensional Healing and Science Psychic Fair in Irvine, California, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Bob Stahl. Hello, Bob.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Ready to help people.
Oh, good. And can you tell the callers a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Bob Stahl. My website is bobthepsychic.com. I'm an angel and a tarot card reader here in the North Scottsdale, Arizona area. I do readings over the phone or in person, so if you're in the Phoenix area, you can come visit me. If not, I do them over the phone and I record them, and I will send you a link to them too. I've been a reader for about the last 7 years, and what else can I tell you? I go to psychic fairs all around here in the Phoenix metro area. That's my story, so that's what I do, and I love helping people.
And Bob, what guided you to angel cards?
I was guided to angel cards by taking a class or going to a seminar online by Doreen Virtue, who is one of the most famous persons who has made angel or oracle cards. And I found that they allow me to connect to my spirits and guides, I want to say, in a kindler, gentler way than perhaps the way the tarot cards do it. That the angel realm is more I want to say just gentle. I don't know how else to describe it. And so that's kind of what has guided me to them, and I use them in all of my readings. So so people get a message from the tarot deck, but also from the angel deck, and I kind of look to the angel deck for people who are in the most amount of angst or have really, issues. I want to say more than just coming to see what's going on around them. I usually turn to the angel deck for guidance and help them see the words, see the images, and that usually brings them a sense of relief.
And Bob, let's take our first caller, which is area code 443. Hello, 443.
Hi, it's Kathy. How are you?
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
And Kathy, how can we help you?
Can I just ask for a general message? or you need a question?
I need a question.
Okay. I'd like to know about retirement, why I'm fearing it so much.
Okay, I'll go first. How about that? So, Kathy, I feel like the answer, it's not about a fear of abundance. I do feel like that you are financially prepared for that time, but I feel like that when you retire, you're looking at it as like, oh, my life is over, or what am I going to do next? And I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, you're supposed to look at it as just a new chapter beginning. I feel like there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to do some volunteer work or mentoring work or other things like that that will help like brighten your day or give you something to look forward to. I do feel, I was going to say, I don't feel like you're going to need to work. Like once you retire, I feel like you're going to really not have to. But I also feel like at the same time, you're someone who's very productive, and I feel like you're going to want to still look for or take on a part-time job. But I would urge you that after you retire to spend at least, I want to say 2 months or so, kind of not doing anything and just kind of relaxing and recharging and really figuring out what the next chapter means for you, about how I feel like you're going to spend a lot of time giving back to others. Shelley,
Oh,
go ahead.
great.
Kathy, I feel it is a new chapter in your life, that you are in your golden years, and I feel that you have been working a long time, and it's kind of time for you to take a break from work, unless you do, like Bob said, volunteer work or mentoring. I feel that you're going to be doing some traveling during your retirement. The things that you haven't had time to do before, and that you're going to be taking some healing and psychic development classes, or art class, or jewelry making class. You're going to be taking a lot of classes and learning new skills and learning new things. And I feel you'll have a lot more time for your family, and that you'll be spending time with family also. Bob, how can Kathy get in contact with you?
Kathy, the easiest way to get in contact with me is to go to my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. And on that website, there are places for you to book an appointment with me, or there's a contact form, or all the information you need. So the easiest way is bobthepsychic.com.
And Kathy, okay, thank you.
And Kathy, you could get a hold of me at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon
Thank you so much,
show, Kathy.
both of you.
All right,
thank
bye-bye.
You.
I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob Stahl, and then I'm going to take my next caller, which is area code 610. What did you learn from Doreen Virtue, Bob?
I feel like she was one of the people to help me become more intuitive, or be more open to the messages that I hear. That as the longer I've been doing this, the easier it is for me to attach and hear those messages. So for people who are listening and they're working on their psychic skills or psychic development, I have found the key is just to kind of be relaxed about it and let the universe take its time, that you'll start hearing what you need to hear when the time is right. There's a whole bunch of divine timing going on. So that would be, I think that Doreen kind of helped do that for me.
Oh, good. And what is the difference about how you read tarot cards and how you versus how you read angel cards?
Well, I read them very similarly. Yeah, that's a word. And it has to do with the images and the messages that are on there. Tarot cards usually have a lot of messages, and there is many symbols and items in the imagery. Angel cards, not so much. Usually the angel cards that I use just have a picture of an angel on them of some sort, or there's some other kind of image, but I feel like it's a more warm message. So when I read them, I use a lot more of my intuitive gift to really hear the message from the angels and guides that are being portrayed in that card, and especially for the person that I'm reading too, that I have found that if I draw a particular card for one person, it may mean one thing, but when there's another person with the same card, it usually means something else. So I feel like that's just a way for me to help guide people, and that the cards are able to help kind of channel my energy towards that information that the person in front of me needs to hear.
Oh, good. That's awesome, Bob. Let's take our next caller, which is area code 610. Hello, 610. Our next call is 940. Hello, 940.
Hi, this is Tammy.
Hello,
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy. And Tammy,
Hi.
What is your question today?
Well, I was just, it's a financial question, and I was just needing to bring in some money so that I can pay my house payment and other bills, and I just seem to be stuck in my head, and I just don't know how to get that done. Just wanting some insight.
So yes, I definitely agree that you are blocked in your head, or you're in your own way about the money. I do feel like the situation is going to resolve some way. Well, I know it's only May, but it's not even May yet, but I feel like it's going to resolve or get better probably in June, July. And I feel like before that, it's a lot about you just kind of letting go of that fear and just asking the universe to bring you all of the abundance you've been asking for and more. And also to take the block. I feel like it's, I want to imagine an image that looks like it looks like a pin, like a big bolt, like a screw type thing. And I feel like if you imagine it coming out of your head, having it in front of you, and then tossing it away to the universe, that might help you. The other thing, I feel like there are a lot of affirmations and other things that you can say and do that will help you release the fear about money. For me, in my business and in my life, I have noticed as soon as I get rid of the fear or the fact that I don't have it or whatever that whole train of thought was, that all of a sudden it started appearing even faster. So I know it sounds counterintuitive to do it that way, but that's been my experience. But I do feel like you're going to find solutions within the next couple of weeks that are going to help guide you there. It's as though you're going to either find some hidden money, or there are going to be things that you're going to realize that you're spending it on or using it on that you haven't really caught before. So I do feel like that would help. The other thing I want to suggest to you, too, that I've done in my life is I took a $100 bill and I put it in a big envelope and I put it on my door in my bedroom, and every time I would come in and go by the door, I would ask for more abundance or ask for the money to continue to grow, and it somehow, I would, abundance came to me that way, or more money came to me. Does that seem to help, I hope?
It does make sense. I just, how did you get rid of the fear? What did you do?
As soon as the money started tumbling in, I just became more grateful about it and kept meditating on it and thanking the universe. And I just have never gone back to that place of fear, because every time it seemed to go down, I kept saying to myself, oh, I've been here before. There is nothing for me to fear. I'm going to be able to move forward and have all the abundance and blessings that the universe has meant for me to have.
Okay. It's like I know that. It's just difficult,
Mm-hmm. Well, I know, and I know it too. But like when I was dealing with it, but it just, as soon as it started shifting, it just kept going for me, and I don't really remember what else I did besides those steps.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And Tammy, I do feel that money is coming to you from another source. I'm not quite sure what the source is, but I'm picking up more than one source of money coming to you. So there'll be some extra money coming in. And it may be that you get a second job, and that happens in June, July, August, that you get a second job and more money comes in. And did you have some other questions?
I just, opportunity just fell in my lap, and it's about traveling to Bolivia. And I was just curious, have any insight about me traveling to Bolivia this summer?
What do you feel, Bob?
I get yes on that. I feel like it would be a great opportunity for you. I feel like when you're there, that the shift in energy or being around different people will help ground you in a new way. And I just feel like you'll start looking at your life in a different way. So I do feel like that since that opportunity is there, that it is something you're supposed to do. Is it 2 weeks? Is it a 2-week trip?
Yes, almost 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's definitely worth going. So I would say yes, it's okay for you to go.
Okay.
I feel that it's going to be a good experience for you. I feel that the people there are nice, that they have a good culture. It's very cultured. There's going to be a lot of sightseeing. There's going to be a lot of things for you to see. You're going to be meeting people there on the trip. So I feel that you will be meeting people. Are you going with a group?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I know one person in the group, but I don't know the rest.
That's good. You'll be meeting new people, and and kind of hanging out with the group of people. And the food's really good. Their food, and they're just lovely people. They're just nice people. It's just a good experience. So I feel that you will take 1 or 2 more trips this summer. That there's going to be 1 or 2 more trips, one by yourself and one in a group. This company that you're going with to Libya may be planning another trip in July, August. And so in July, August, you'll be taking another trip, and then in September, October, November, going into late summer, into the fall, you'll be taking another trip. So there's 2 more trips that you're going to be taking this year. And Bob, how can Tammy get in contact with you?
Tammy, you can reach me at my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. And even though you may not be in the Phoenix metro area, I still do readings and things over the phone, so I'm happy to talk to you.
Okay.
The other thing I was going to suggest that came to me, I don't know if you go to Starbucks, but I want to say if you do, instead of going to Starbucks, take the money out of your wallet and put it in that envelope that I was talking about, and then after a couple of weeks, you'll open up that envelope and see all the money in abundance that's there just from like channeling that money or moving the money away from Starbucks. I feel like it's even if it's like, $2.50 or $5 a day or whatever that is, but it kind of will get the fun going for you and you can see how you can grow the money. So hopefully that will help.
Okay. I appreciate it very much.
And Bob, how can Tammy get in contact with you?
Yes, so she can go to my website. It's bobthepsychic.com.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
And you could reach me at 818-744-5241 or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Tammy.
Thank you.
We're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stahl on angel cards, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is Carolyn, area code 818. What makes angel cards different from tarot or auric cards, Bob?
The difference between tarot and angel cards is, as I mentioned a little bit before, the main difference, well, for me, there's a different energy about them. The energy lately has been stronger off them, so for me, that's when I touch them, they feel warmer to me than the tarot cards. There's also a different sense of the imagery on them. The imagery on the angel cards is more I want to say it's angelic, like there's pictures of angels and not a lot of other symbols as compared to the tarot card that has like a scene, or at least the deck I use, has like a scene drawn on it. So there's many symbols and all sorts of things on there, and I feel like the angel cards are just easier in some ways for my clients to look at and read as I'm talking about them in front of them, just because there's not a lot of symbols. And like I said, I feel like the message from the angelic realm is just usually a little more kinder might be a better way of saying it, than as compared to the way the tarot deck gives messages.
Awesome. And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is Carolyn, area code 818.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Shelley and Bob.
Hi, Carolyn.
My question. Oh, hi. What do you see coming up for me this year? In any aspect, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Well,
No,
the first thing I heard about was romance for you. I feel like if you're in a relationship right now, that it has not been as fulfilling as you have wanted it to be, and I feel like this has really come to a head, or that you've started noticing it perhaps around February or March of last year maybe, but this feels to me like the year that you're going to make that shift. And I feel like in the time that you're single, in quotes, or not with that other energy, you're going to get a stronger clarity of belief about what it is that you want from the next person, and also about what it is you'll accept in terms of behavior and in terms of, I just want to say, generosity is what that feels like to me. So let me ask, does that make sense? Does that give you some clarity?
Oh, yes, it does. There's a lot of clarity. I like the way you explain things. It's really crystal clear, Bob.
Okay. Do you have another question about that?
Well, I'll be compatible with the next person. And what it leads to...
I feel like you're going to be more compatible, because I feel like one of that clarity of belief issues that's coming up is, I feel like you're going to say, just because they come up and talk to you doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily like go out with them or get to know them better. I feel like you're going to be a little more, I want to use the word standoffish, but I don't mean it in a negative way, but just a little more, I want to say careful and kind of reading the signs, like as though you're reading, like I'm hearing in my head, like tea leaves about it, but I feel like you kind of know what that means. So you're just going to have your eyes a little more wide open when it comes to the new people that are coming around you. I do feel like there might have been someone that came around you March of this year. There might have been someone around the second or third week. That person had a pretty good potential, but I feel like there might have been something about them that you saw that didn't really float your boat, and you may have let them go. And if that's accurate, I do feel like the next time there's someone coming around for you, I want to say it's going to be in June. It's June, July. It might be the second week in July. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Oh, okay. I must see myself. Thank you.
Okay.
Carolyn,
Shelley, go ahead.
I do feel, though, I agree with Bob that there is going to be a new relationship, and I still pick up the name Michael. I've always picked up a Michael around you.
Yeah.
And I feel it'll be this summer. And I feel that you'll meet him at some type of metaphysical or healing event, or metaphysical bookstore or metaphysical center is where you're going to meet the person that you're going to get involved with. And, you have good instincts, you have good intuition, so your intuition will let there's something about this man that you're going to like. Right away you're going to feel like you're two kindred spirits. And I feel that he's the soulmate. And I also feel that you're going to be doing some traveling this year. That travel comes up this year. You're going to be taking a bus trip, and there's going to be 2 bus trips coming up, and you're going to be invited, or someone's going to invite you somewhere and drive, and then the next one will be a bus trip. So one trip will be a bus trip, and one will be someone driving you someplace. So you're going to take 2 trips. I also feel that you may start to do healing again, but in a hospital or a hospice. I think it's more of a hospice, that there's going to be a hospice that you're going to find out that has healers come in to do healing, and I feel you're going to be doing healing in a hospice. And Carolyn, did you have more questions?
Oh, wow. That's, I always have more questions. I'm trying to think. I just woke up. Did you see another direction? I know I'll continue healing at some point, but do you see another direction that I could venture out into that I might be pretty good at?
I think you would be good at doing psychic readings. You're very intuitive, and you're usually right on with your readings. People like your readings and enjoy your readings. and that would be a good way for you to make a nice income, you know.
Okay.
And so I feel that in the psychic field and the healing field, both, that you'll do that. And I also see metaphysical studies. I see you taking some metaphysical courses. I see you taking more courses. So you are going to be going to classes and workshops, and you are going to be going to centers for meditation. And I feel that you should be meditating more, that meditation is important. It'll open up your intuitive and healing channels. So start to meditate at least 5 or 10 minutes a day, longer if you can, but you could gradually build up. Start with 5 or 10 minutes. And so start to meditate. Meditating would be a good thing for you.
Okay. I remember all this, and I'll follow through. I need all of it.
And Bob, how can Carolyn get in contact with you?
Hi, yes, you can get in contact with me on my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. Again, it's bobthepsychic.com.
Thank you, Bob. I'll
You're
get
welcome.
in contact. Thank you, Shelley.
You're welcome. And we're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stahl on angel cards. And then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 610. Hello, 610. Hello, 610.
Anybody there?
Hello?
Guess not.
Hello? Hello, 610. Are you there?
I don't think so.
All right, we'll continue our interview. What is your best advice to someone who is just starting to read cards now?
My best advice is to, when you look at the cards, like when they come in the box and you open the box up and there's like a booklet in there with the cards, I would say, if they're angel cards, put the book to a side and just kind of, when you draw a card or you feel like you want to look at one or whichever one catches your eye, to look at it and try to ask yourself, what is the message that's in it? And then as you ask, just kind of, I want to say, let your ego go and let that sense of get out of your head about it and just kind of hear what the message is, or let your intuition tell you before you look it up in the book. I don't normally look things up in the book because I feel like then it becomes a crutch as to what the card really means. So my advice would be to do that. And I also want to say to be gentle with yourself on it. So even if you look at it and you say, oh, this means blah, blah, blah to me, but then you kind of look in the book and the book says something else, you know what? It doesn't matter because the card still gave you a message. So that would be my best advice, and I've helped a lot of people learn how to read cards using that same thing. Where like, okay, put the book aside, just look at the card, and what do you get? And that's usually what I would tell people to do. Sometimes people, write things down on a piece of paper about what the messages are, and that might help you too. Also, kind of like I want to say meld with them. Learn them or let them into your own intuition and guide. I hope that made sense. It's kind of all over the place.
That's a great way to read.
Yeah.
I do that too when I teach my tarot classes. That's a great way.
Oh, do you the same? Yeah. Put those cards aside. The book aside.
And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 334. Hello, 334.
Hey.
Hello.
Thank you for the call. This is Shakira. Shakira. I'm calling from Alabama. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. I do. I had got a reading from you before a while back, and I was, it was showing that I was in a relationship that I had got out of, but I had seen him again, and I was just wondering, has that shifted anything for me finding future love anytime soon?
I'm kind of confused about the question. So the question is, I told you were going to see him again, and then you did, and you want to know if that's holding you back?
No,
in other words,
the lady did.
Shelley?
The lady, I forget her name. Shelley? Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to know if y'all still see love in my near future. That's the question.
let me go. I'll go first, Shell. I feel like, because since she's talked to you before, I feel like, I do feel like that there is love around you. I feel like you have a sense of fear about it, or trepidation, like being a little scared of it, that it might become too overwhelming for you or knock you off your feet. But I feel like you are going to open up to new experiences and new things. The person that you were involved with, or the one that you're involved with, they are a pretty good fit for you, but I do feel like the person you're going to end up being with is going to be someone who just has like a higher vibration. They might be just a little more grounded, or just a little more, I want to say, psychic in a way that will help be more intuitive, and that they'll be able to help you with your intuitive gift also, that they're going to help you open it up and give you a new, I want to say, kind of outlook or a new blessing around your life.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense, I hope? And they might be coming in, I want to say it might be in July of this year. I know a lot of things. I tell people about July all the time. July is going to be a busy month. But I feel like it might be around July of this year. Shelley, what are your guides telling you?
Kakara, I do see love for you. I see new love, coming into the picture. I feel maybe May, June, July is when the love is coming in. I feel that it's going to be a better relationship than the one that you just left. The relationship that you were in had some difficulties. He was not really communicative, and he was very distant. And sometimes he didn't call, so it was not an easy relationship. This relationship will be a very loving relationship. It'll be a committed relationship. It'll be someone that is very kind and generous, who show you a lot of love. And he's very affectionate, and he's outgoing. So there'll be a lot of activities around the relationship. You'll be going out and doing things and traveling and having fun together. It'll be a fun relationship. And he's really good at communicating his feelings. He's very open to communicating, so that would be a good change for you. So I do feel, Katira, that there is a relationship for you. Bob, how can Katira get in contact with you?
Hi, you can find me at my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. And even though you're in Alabama, if you're interested in having a reading, I do them over the phone, and I record them, and I'll send you a link to it, so that way you can listen to it again in the future, and then I tell you to go ahead and email me if you have any questions about something that I might have said.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Do you see where I would meet this person? Just curious. I
feel like it's in church. Do you go to church? Okay. I feel like it's going to be in church, or a church kind of function.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I haven't been in a couple of months, but I'm going to start back.
But I feel like it's something from, like, in a church or around a church function is what that feels like to me.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much.
And you could get in touch with me at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show.
Thank you both. Peace and blessings to you all.
Thank you. You too.
And I'm now ready to go back to my interview with Bob Stahl on the angel cards, and then we'll take our next caller, which is area code 402. Hello, Bob. And Bob, the question is, what should you not do when having an angel card reading?
Well, I want to say you should not be worried or concerned, or I want to say be like closed off, that it's really important that you kind of sit there and you take a couple of deep breaths to release some of the fear or just some of that excitement you might have around it. And I feel like that kind of calms the energy a bit and allows me or Shelley to really connect more with your guides to see what it is that they may have to say. So it's definitely about making sure that you're open to the messages and open into hearing what is going on around you. And I usually just say just not to be worried or just not to be afraid. That's usually That's usually what most people tell me, is that they're worried or afraid. I'm like, oh, don't be, and I kind of, as it starts going, they kind of see that helps shift the energy.
Awesome. Let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 402. Hello, 402.
Hi.
Hi, who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
This is Sharon.
Hello,
Hi, Sharon.
How are you? Yeah.
Good.
Anything that you can pick up around me that's going on, there's positive as possible. I've been having a lot of difficulty with somebody breaking in my home, hurting my pet. I've also
let me see. Well, I do feel like the person, this is not the best message. I feel like the person that is breaking into your home for some reason wants to harm you in some way, that they feel like you wronged them or that you have done something to them. But I feel like the truth is that you were just listening to your own boundaries and speaking your truth at the time that this may have happened. I do feel like that person needs to be blocked out somewhere. So I don't know if that means you need to call the police or have a restraining order or whatever that is. But I do feel like that once that happens, things should shift and get better for you. I do feel like that there is a lot of fear around you too. So I want to suggest that you ask the universe, like Archangel Michael, to send the white light of protection all around you and especially around your home. I don't feel like they're going to I feel like they've already tried. I don't feel like they're going to try to do it again, but I feel like sometimes when they may get, I want to say drunk or something like in an altered state, that they just kind of come back after you. But I feel like you're going to be able to shift and move away from that, and I feel like it's going to be maybe next month, like in June is what that feels like to me. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, one of them has been arrested for other things, so they're kind of out of the picture, but their friends are.
Yeah, that one's not coming back. That one for sure is not coming back. Because I feel like he has fear now. He knows that if he does it again, he'll get arrested again and go away for a longer time. The other one still feels that he's like driven to, I want to say, annoy you, but I do feel like you'll be able to cut those cords and make that shift around. Probably, I feel like it's next month. So ask the universe also to help block him and give you the power to be at peace within yourself and peace within your own home so that person doesn't continue coming around.
Right. You don't see how he's getting, do you?
How he's getting in?
Yeah.
I feel like it's through a window, a big window. It's what it looks like to me, like it's a window.
Yeah. Okay. It's weird because God showed me a picture of one of my door handles on my sliding glass window.
Okay.
And I didn't know why he was showing that to me.
Yeah. I just saw a big window. That's what it looked like to me. So when you asked how he's getting through, I'm saying it's a window. But if you saw the door handle, then maybe all of those go together.
It was a door handle on a sliding glass door with big windows. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've tried to figure it out, but okay. It's weird. Yeah, they've messed with my car too, and my animals, and that's what I was Shelley. In fact, they killed my cat, and they've tried to do things to my dog and to myself, but I wonder if you pick anything up with my dog.
Shelley?
You need to take the dog with you when you go out. They're going to try to break in again.
I do. It's at nighttime that they're doing it, and I don't know how they're.
And I feel that you need to get deadbolt locks for your doors, and you need to get special locks for your windows. You need to have a locksmith come in and put locks on your windows and put locks on your doors, because then this person may try to come back, not the one that's been arrested, but the friend. He's a male, and he's a younger male. And I feel that the guy that got arrested, I feel that he wanted to have a relationship with you, but you weren't interested in him.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
But
No,
you're
no,
not
no, no,
interested.
no, no.
But you're not interested in him. You know, and there's no way
No.
that you'll get involved in a relationship with him. And I feel that he's angry and mad because, you know, he feels rejected by you. You know, so I feel he feels rejection.
I have, you know, Shelley, the one who got arrested had no interest in me that way except to hurt me. I never even spoke to him, really. He's married, and it's just no way. But other people have said that this person is like an old, I'm wondering if this is a friend's husband who I just can't stand. That
You're wondering
definitely
what?
I rejected. If it's a friend's husband who I can't stand. And,
It could be a
she's
friend's
not a friend
husband because there's someone that wants to have a relationship with you. And it could be the friend's husband that I'm picking up.
I wonder, because I've suspected that. But do you pick up who killed my cat?
The man that got
pick that up?
arrested. The man that got arrested.
That's okay. Oh boy.
So
Okay.
you have to take the
And,
dog with you everywhere, and if you're going someplace that you can't take the dog, you need to leave the dog at a friend's house or relative's house.
Right. Yeah, I do. I do take her with. He actually gets her, so I don't know how I'm not waking up. Except that they must be, you know, I found some kind of weird pill on my floor, so I don't know if they're putting something in my food or drink, or so I just pass out or what. But
They might have. I think that these two men are very mentally imbalanced, and I feel that the guy that got arrested has not been diagnosed with the mental illness, but I feel that he has a mental illness. He's sick.
yeah,
He's a sick guy, and you need to have a locksmith come and put locks on all your windows and locks on your doors, deadbolt locks, and I feel that you need to keep all the windows shut when you leave. I know you like to get the fresh air into your home. It's okay to have the window open when you're home because they're not going to break in when you're home. They're cowards. They're only going to break in when you're not home. But you need to make sure the windows and doors are all shut when you leave, are all locked when you leave your house. They won't be able to get in because you're going to get a good locksmith, someone that's been in business a long time who's very experienced.
Yeah.
And did you have any other questions?
Just if there's anything positive coming, maybe financially, because that's a bad deal.
Do you pick up anything with Sharon's finances, Bob?
Let's see. I feel like your finances are going to finally start improving, but I feel like it's later in the year. I want to say it's September because I feel like there's going to be a rough spot over like July or August, but after that there's money coming from a new place or somewhere else that you haven't really thought of before that'll help you get over the hump. The other thing that's interesting too, and besides that I heard there was going to be a rough time in July or August, I feel like it might actually be because you're paying something off or getting rid of some of the debt that you're putting, more of it in to get rid of it. But I do feel like by September it should be like in the right place or going in the right direction. There could be a raise coming for you at work, and that might be helpful or helping with that. That might be coming. Oh, maybe that's where I got that. That might be coming from July. So if you get a raise at work or something like that, then you use that money to pay stuff off really in the short run, and then you kind of enjoy the money or start putting more towards savings come September or October. Does that make sense? I hope.
Except I don't work. I've been
okay.
trying to get disability. trying to get disability. Maybe that'll come through. I don't know.
Yeah.
I need it.
Because it does feel like new money coming to you is what it feels like to me.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
My
and
pleasure.
I feel you are going to get your disability, and that they'll be notifying you through a letter, and that there'll be some kind of hearing that you'll be going to at the disability office, and then after that hearing, they contact you again by letter to let you know when your disability payments start. I feel that I agree with Bob that your money is going to improve because you'll get the disability, and once you get the disability, that's going to really help you out a lot to be able to pay your bills and to take care of yourself and your dog. That's going to help you out a lot. And what kind of dog do you have?
She's a service dog, so I do keep her with me at all times, but I have some horrible neighbors that are very jealous, and they're trying to run me out of my house. So
they're not going to be able to do that.
She's a shepherd.
Yeah, she's a pretty dog. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
she
she's
is.
very and she loves you a lot. She loves you, and she's a very sweet dog. She's a very sweet dog. She's one of the sweetest dogs.
Right. That's
and
why she's taken advantage of. They used to spray something in her eyes, and they had to have been drugging me because, I literally would tie her to my bed. I was sleeping on a hospital bed, and I would tie her to it, and they just cut the cord, There's just no way I wouldn't wake up. But they were doing all kinds of stuff to her, and she's very sweet. That's her name, Beauty.
Yeah, she's a really pretty dog. She really is, and she's smart. She's really a smart dog.
Very, very smart. Yeah.
Very
She
smart.
kind of trained herself, as to what I need. She gets things for me and does things for me, and they tried to stop her from doing that, but she's not gonna. It's just she's so smart. I can read her. I can tell what she's thinking or what she wants.
That's good that you have a good connection with that. She loves everybody.
She's a wonderful person. Yeah, she's a wonderful person, and they try to take advantage of that, I'm afraid. Yes, she does. She loves everybody, especially kids. She loves kids. She picks up all that energy, all that loving energy, in a sense.
Yes. Well, Bob, how can Sharon get in contact with you?
Sharon, you can find me at my website. It is bobthepsychic.com.
And you can reach me at 818-744-5241 or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Sharon.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too, dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm now ready to continue my interview with Bob Stahl. What is the easiest spread to learn from, Bob?
I feel like the easiest one that I started with is the 3-card spread. So it's and the first card on the far left is past, the second one in the middle is present, and the third one on the right is future. And I feel like that kind of tells, when you're first learning how, it kind of shows you where you've been, where you are, and where you're going to next. So the first 2 cards give you that sense of, I want to say completion, but that's not the right word, but a sense of knowing that you're on the right track, and that your intuition is helping you read the card, because you already know what kind of already has happened in the past. And in terms of what's going on around you now, you have a very good idea of that too, clearly, because it's going on around you now. So those 2 cards, I feel like, give you the confidence to then look at the third one and say, oh, okay, based on what I just saw or what I just learned from looking at these, I can look at the third one and even get a message from that. So that's usually what I tell people or show people as the first reading to do.
Oh, good. And what do you wish someone had told you about angel cards when you first got started?
I feel like they could have told me not to, I didn't really worry about it, but I want to say that to tell me that you get the message that you get is the same as you get from tarot cards. In other words, it all comes from the same place. I feel like that would have been something that would have made it easier for me, because I always felt like, well, each deck is different and each deck is going to talk different. Yes, they talk differently, but the theme of the messages are all the same. So I think if someone would have said that, that would have made it a little, like, I want to say, easier for me not to have such, I want to say, fear about starting something new, or fear that I was reading them wrong or not able to use them to help people.
And how do you tell if you had a good reading?
I feel like you can tell if you had a good reading by how you feel at the end. In my case, most people say they feel relieved, or they feel like they're on the right track, or they feel like they learned something they really needed to know about. So that's what it feels like to me. And also in my readings, I don't ask any questions because it ruins my fun, as I like to say. So a lot of it, too, is like, okay, did you have to kind of guide the psychic or guide them a little bit by the questions they asked you? And if you did, then how much did you really get? So I feel like you had a good reading when you really didn't have to say anything, but the messages really stuck to you. They really made sense. They were specific. And also I want to say that sense of calming. That's what people always tell me. So I feel like that's a good sign, too, that you walk away feeling, I want to say, relieved in a way, or at least knowing that the direction you're going is the one the universe wants you to take.
And what are the top decks you use and why?
I use Angel Answers cards. That's my number one. And the reason I use that one is there are words printed on the bottom of each card that answer a question, or they'll have a phrase on them, and that usually helps not only me, but also the person I'm reading for kind of see how it all goes together. The other deck I just found, or I've started using, is called Romance Angels. That one is pretty good in relationships, and it talks a lot about how feelings around people, whether there's addiction around them, how exactly the relationship you're in is going to work, when the right person is coming. It kind of answers those questions. So those are my two favorites. And a third one I use is called Zebu Angelic Symbols. So Zebu is Z like zebra, I like Ida, B like Bob, U like universe. Zebu Angelic Symbols. And that's an interesting deck because it was made by a woman here in Phoenix. She meditated, saw the symbols, meditated some more to get what the symbols meant, and created a deck of cards. And I use that one at the end of all my readings because the symbols and the words and the messages always seem to line up with the message that that I gave the client looking at all of the other all of the other decks. It's like a really good summary one, I want to say.
And I wanted to thank you, Bob, for being my special guest on the Psychic Horizon show
my
today.
Pleasure.
I wanted to thank Tiffany White-Sage, woman of Goldilocks Production, for producing the Psychic Horizon show. And I want to thank all the callers who participated. Thank you for being a guest today, Bob. I'll have you back.
That'll be great. Thank you, Shelley. It was great being here.
Thank you, and have a good day, dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.